Welcome back to the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship in beautiful Misano, Italy. My name is Lina Venemars and this is my lovely colleague Christina Run. And we are back on track for race day number 2 of the season. A lot of news is going on actually.
Absolutely. Thank you for your kind words. It's always a pleasure working with Lina and also seeing all of you back there on live stream. Welcome back to Misano. We do have a new qualifying format. It is split into 3 pieces. So the first 15 minutes, they will define the last places up to 13, 14, and then the second one, it's 10 minutes, and you need to be very tactical to get in the next round, and then the final 5 minutes, those will determine the last 6th position on the grid, and of course pole position. So we are very, very curious if Norbert Kisch is going to take another pole here at Misano. He had a pretty good start yesterday, and so yeah, we welcome our commentators, our lovely ones, Chaz Draycott, Joachim Eberts and Fonsi Sevrian.
Thank you very much, Christina. Thanks, Lena. And hello, everybody. Chaz Draycott here for the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship in 2024. Commentating back from the UK for this weekend, but enjoying seeing the fantastic spirit that is going on and getting carried across the entire championship once again for the start of the season. We had a very busy day yesterday, and we are here once again for this gorgeous, gorgeous circuit. Misano is just a real treat to have on the calendar and a fantastic way to start our campaign every single year. It's become a real staple of the championship. We were talking to Steffi Halm yesterday and she was telling us that, you know, she's been coming here for so long with this championship now. It's hard to sort of remember each and every visit that they've had because there's been so many of them. But what a great location it is to go racing in the Truck Racing Championship here. And great weather, as you can see as well, for day 2. It's another sort of factor that we've been having to think about this weekend. The weather in Misano is always so unpredictable when you come here. We've had entire weekends where it's almost been rained off before. We've had entire weekends where the drivers have really struggled with just intense heat, where it was nearly 40 degrees Celsius in the past. So it's certainly a big, big challenge. And that's before you look at the shape of the circuit. There's a lot of heavy braking zones, big chicanes here as well. That first chicane through to Variante del Parco is one of the key overtaking opportunities on the circuit. You will see drivers send it down the inside into there. Curvone as well, the long sort of back straight with the double little right kinks as such. That is another key section of the circuit. Rio as well, actually, turns 4, 5 and 6 down onto the back straight. There's so many great overtaking opportunities here at Misano that it keeps the racing mighty exciting. And the thing is as well is that they're not what we call one-line corners. They're corners where you can take multiple different lines through them, try and get cutbacks on your competitors, either send it down the inside or use the momentum around the outside. It is a fantastic, fantastic racing facility as Misano, and even the actual facilities, the buildings themselves as well, all really top notch. If you ever get a chance to visit Misano, I really do urge you to do so. It is a great place to be. What we're going to do though is have a quick look back at some of our highlights from yesterday. A very, very busy day on Saturday, which saw the debut of our brand new qualifying format. All the drivers were mighty excited for it. Like we've said, it's a 3-segment qualifying session, Q1, 2 and 3. 15 minutes to begin with, then 10 minutes, and then 5 minutes, determining the top 12 and then the top 6. And of course, the battle for pole position at the end. Everybody was battling as hard as they could to get track position. And when it came down to the top 6, there was this unfortunate moment where Steffi Halm wanted to go for a second fast lap, but was impeded by Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. She was a bit devastated with the result, but then went on to have a strong performance in the first race. But everyone was in high spirits before the first one of the season got underway, and Norbert Kisch made a fantastic start, unlike Louis Requenco, who dropped a number of places even just on the first lap. He's going to be hoping for a better day today. The battles in the second category, the Chrome category, were absolutely unreal. It was great, great action, and there was also a big fight between Halm and also Andre Kurzim, but it was Norbert Kisch that took race 1 of the weekend ahead of Jochen Hahn and Sasha Lenz, while Jose Eduardo Rodriguez took a convincing victory in the Chrome category. For race 2, there was a slight shake-up to the grid with Heinrich Clemens Hecker reinstated with his second place in the Chrome class. That put him on pole position with Andre Kurzim alongside. In the first version of race 2, there was this incident between Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and Sasha Lenz, the two trucks actually becoming sort of locked together by the bumper bars on the front and back. There was extensive damage to Jose Eduardo Rodriguez's truck, but Sasha Lenz was able to get back round and come into the pits and get the bumper bar changed, which was awesome to see. The team working really hard and really quickly to get it sorted. Goodyear checked the tyres and they were all good to go as well. So take two. Penalty markers flying everywhere. Andre Kurzin making a great start. Unfortunately, contact between John Newell and Mark Taylor saw the latter spinning off into the gravel, but he did manage to get back out and carry on. Andre Kurzin held the lead for as long as possible, but Norbert Kish pulled off this fantastic move around the outside into turns 1 and 2 to take the race lead. And then the battles raged on from there. Antonio Albacete, unfortunately getting a drive-through, had contact with Andre Kurzin, which would puncture the German driver's left rear tyre. Norbert Kish won the second race, with Jochen Hahn and Sasha Lenz repeating the podium from race 1, while Stefan Faas took a race victory in the Chrome class, and a very, very popular result for him and the team to start their campaign. And as you can see, from the rain and the clouds of yesterday comes the beaming sunshine of today. It really is a fantastic atmosphere at Misano, and we're going to hand back down to Christina and Lena.
Yes, and as you can see, the trucks are lining up here behind us, ready for qualifying number 2 on this race weekend. But we are here with our new partners from the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. We got Total Energy, we got Goodyear, and of course we got Jost, a German brand, and we got Christine Sindrich, she's Manager Marketing Communication. And you are brand new to the crew here. What can all the spectators learn from you here in the coupling systems?
Yes, first of all, we are very happy to be here. Our first truck race, and in Misano, such a nice atmosphere, perfect weather. And we are here foremost with our Just Truck Stop. That's our video series where people can learn how to repair and mount our products. And so we have here our kind of evergreen fifth wheel, the JSK 42. And a half axle, and also our landing gear, which is very popular and also easy to use. Yeah,
I like it. The JFK 42. I'm like, that sounds very serious. Actually, the trucks, the race trucks, they're still close to the street trucks. So, like the coupling, they're still mounted on the race trucks. So, is it important for you, as the audience, as the fans, mostly truck drivers, to present your products over here? Because this one is like normally used on the streets.
Exactly. So our goal here is to connect with the truck driver community here, the real end user who has to use our products in daily business. And our goal is, or our solutions are developed for safety, reliability, and easy handling. And that's the most important thing, because the job of a truck driver is very hard enough.
True, and it really has to connect well to the weight that's like in the rear of the truck. Shall we walk over to the braking system? Because I really want all the audience to see what's going on over there. Like me, I have a truck myself, but I'm normally working on buggies, so it's very small, and then you see like this big system. So by the way, if one of you is a mechanic and you're still seeking a job in the race world, all the teams are always happy to find some really proper and good mechanics that are eager about racing. So just write the teams if you want to come in here. And I heard that you're also teaching people. Do you have people coming here asking you questions about how they can work on stuff?
Yeah, definitely. So when it's crowded, we start to explain in our truck stop sessions, like in our videos that you can also see here. And people can learn. We also have everything, all the repair stuff, so that they can change themselves the things and learn how to do it.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing to be here. And of course, you can couple and uncouple semi-trailers, of course, via remote control, so very easily. Yeah. And also, let's talk about the Kingpin Finder, which is also a very great security system. What is that about?
Yeah, the Kingpin Finder is a camera integrated into the fifth wheel. So it's like in every car you have a camera for looking into the back, and it's not common in trucks, and so. This helps with guided lines. This helps this makes the coupling process really, really easy. That's actually the point, and it's part of our KKS, the automatic coupling system, where the driver doesn't even have to get out of the truck. So it's just everything with a remote control, also the electric landing gears, etc.
Sounds absolutely amazing, Lina. So thank you for the insight. We'll have a look at the brakes, and we also see very good insights here at Joost. And of course, we do see our trucks on the field. Thank you very much.
I'm already learning from watching the screen. Sorry, I'm slightly distracted right now. I'm like, okay, so you can learn a lot. You will be around at all the other races, Slovakia, Nürburgring, and elsewhere, or where can people meet you again?
They can meet us again at the Nürburgring, and there we are also with our show truck with the KKS system, so container and truck. Then we will be in Le Mans and also in Spain, and there also with our truck and container.
Yeah, great.
Absolutely great. Thank you very much. And as you can see, have a look around, because you can also turn and really touch and feel. This is the demonstration right now we're here about to witness. So Christine Sindrich, thank you very much for your inside perspective on Joost, and now we're ready to go.
Yeah, the trucks are on track, so the qualifying is about to start. We will run over and teach you again about the new system that's going on right now. First 15 minutes are about to start soon. See you in a sec.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, ladies. Fantastic insight there from Joost. Great to have them on board as one of the partners of the 2024 Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. We also bring on board Total Energies this year as well. You'll see the little shark fins on the fifth wheel this season. I was talking to my friend Stu Carter yesterday. Stu can be quite the old-fashioned bloke when it comes to the truck mechanic side of things, can't you, Stu? But he was saying he wasn't a fan of the shark fins, but I'm a fan of aerodynamics, and I think they look absolutely wonderful. But it's each to their own, and it's a great way of showing how they bring the partners on board, and obviously how they show them off as well, because all the partners that we work with here in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship are very appreciative of what we do, and we're appreciative of what they do as well. It's a great hand-in-hand endeavour. So, qualifying one getting underway now then. The truck's just on their sort of out laps and warm-up laps, so to speak, and flying around the final corner is Norbert Kirsch with Jochen Hahn just behind him, then Sascha Lenz. The way that they go out in this very first session, they leave the pit lane in championship order, basically. So they go out based on where they are currently in the points, and also if it was, well, yesterday they went out in the order of how they finished last year's championship, and then it was just down to sort of seed positions for the drivers that didn't compete in said championship. So it's Norbert Kirsch and Jochen Hahn leading the way. Very different conditions to yesterday, as you can see. Much brighter and much more vivid. We're a lot earlier in the day today as well. We're about 2 hours earlier in this session than we were for yesterday's qualifying. Everything sort of on the Sunday moves forward a little bit to accommodate for timings, with teams needing to get home and get to the next round of the season as well. You can see everybody flying through turns 4, 5 and 6. And down onto the back straight for the first time. There is Sascha Lenz. He had a really good day yesterday, actually. Sascha getting 2 podiums out of it, and especially with the fact that he started at the back of the grid in race 2 of the weekend. He actually really flew through the order very, very well. Like Jochen was saying as well in his interview, it's lovely that you can see that performance from someone like Sascha, that he can make his way through the pack. It's really entertaining. The conditions were very, very difficult for yesterday's first race. The second race of the day, it wasn't so bad, but there certainly was a few question marks over whether it was going to rain any harder for the drivers. There's Stefan Fass in number 24. He won the second race of the day in the Chrome class yesterday. There's Heinrich Clementecker. He had a bit of a tough day, but still 2 podiums out of it, and he comes here leading the championship, actually, in the Chrome class. Don't forget, there's no sort of, technically there's no overall standings this season, it's just the 2 classes, Titan and Chrome. You'll be seeing those over the timing screens over the course of the weekend. In terms of the teams championship as well, by the way, it's Revish and T-Sport, Norbert Kirsch and Antonio Albacetti, that lead the way at the moment by 6 points from Jochen Hahn and Steffi Halm. So the times are on the board for the first time today, and it is Jochen Hahn that has gone fastest. 2 minutes 1.443 for Jochen. He goes quicker than Norbert Kirsch by nearly 0.2 of a second, but those guys are nearly 0.8 of a second clear of Antonio Albacetti, then Sascha Lenz, and then Steffi Halm. The drivers that will be going through into the next session will be the top 12 in this one. Bradley Smith is back out there, which is good to see. Bradley Smith just not quite put a full lap in yet. I think he's just completing it. There you go. And he's just gone 12th quickest in the Freightliner, 15 thousandths of a second quicker than John Newell. And it is the top 12 that go into qualifying 2. You'll see a number of the drivers from the front of the order. They'll have got that first lap in. They'll be comfortable with that. They'll be happy with how it's turned out. And they will not put another one on the board. I don't see Luke Garrett out there on the circuit, unfortunately. So hopefully whatever issues they've had can get fixed. I spoke to Lisa, Luke's wife, yesterday evening, and she said that there was a pipe came off the truck. I wasn't quite sure what it was connected to or regarding, but I think it was down to the steering system. They had steering issues during the race, and then, as we saw, Luke had pulled over at the side of the road before the end of the race after I jinxed it, saying it was a good thing he'd finished, and he actually hadn't. But Norbert Kish, second fastest to Jochen Hahn at the moment. Whether that was just considered a banker lap, as they say, just to make sure there's a good enough time on the board, I'm not sure. There's a truck that's had its time deleted. That is Mark Taylor. Mark has disappeared off the timing screen. And, well, he's not disappeared off it completely, but only his outlap is showing right now. But that is the man that's quickest at the moment. Number 2, Jochen Hahn in the Iveco S-Way. His 26th year of truck racing for Jochen, and he shows absolutely zero signs of slowing down. There is a slight benefit to being quicker than other drivers in these sessions as well, if you make it through, because it means that you will go out of the pit lane ahead of the other drivers, basically. In the second and third sessions, they leave the pit lane in the order that they just finished the session before it. So it's Jochen Hahn, Norbert Kish, Antonio Albacete, Sasha Lenz, Steffi Halm, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, Stefan Fass, Andre Kurzim, Louis Riquenco, Heinrich Clemens Hecker, Bradley Smith and John Newell that are due to go through so far. And thanks again to Lisa Garrett for getting back to me so quickly. She's just messaged saying that there's no steering again. They've just had more steering issues. The steering pump is apparently cracked, and they're trying to sort that in the Garrett Truck Sport team. This is John Newell giving it absolutely everything into the first couple of corners, into the chicane, just locks the brakes slightly. You can see the shark fin there on the green fifth wheel with the Total Energies branding on it. John in this gorgeous white and blue machine. I love the sort of powder-coated metallic blue that they've got on this truck. It always looks great. John is a real character as well. He was fantastic to interview yesterday for Lena and Christina. He's always great to speak to. He never mixes his words, does John? Tells everybody how it is, but that's what we love about him. He's been really enjoying his time in the championship as well, he and the team. He's got the likes of Stefan Honens behind him as well, a legendary truck builder in truck racing. And also Terry Gibbon as well, fellow truck racer. Oh no, John's overdone it into Kerva Quercia. And he's going to kick the back end out. You can hear him drop it down a gear. He'll just wind it back a little bit now and just slow it down for the rest of the lap, because then he can attack it for the next one. He'll get the truck back into a different operating window. He's just out there basically to make sure that he gets through at this point, because he is in 12th place, so he will go through into Q2 if he finishes where he is. But he knows that Mark Taylor, his fellow British driver, is out there on track trying to improve his time at the moment. You can just see Mark in the background, actually. He's just hidden behind the timing tower. There he is in truck number 81. The two of them had a bit of contact yesterday and had a bit of a ding-dong, but they're all right. And there is Mark. Tough race too for him yesterday after that contact really knocked him down the order, but he's hoping for more consistency this season. They had a bit of a topsy-turvy season last time out, some fantastic results, but then a big crash at Most really affected the truck for the rest of the season, and then they had a few mechanical issues and all sorts for the rest of the season. What we're going to do is go quickly down into the pit lane though, and we're going to speak to the man that's currently fastest, Jochen Hahn.
And there we are with Jochen Hahn, and they're slightly discussing techniques. Jochen, yesterday we had a talk and you told me that you're very close to Norbert time-wise, and now you're even faster than him. Did you change a little more in the setup, or is it just you being super fresh today?
Why you ask?
I really like that you both that you're battling, because that's what we want to see in racing. So I like that you are super close on the timing. So it looks like you might become first.
Yeah, we make the step what we feel yesterday in the night. I'm very, very happy with the truck in the moment. But you know, you are also a race driver. Sorry. The bollocks go on the table in the Q3, not on the Q1. So from this side, keep cool, concentrated, go.
All right, and also speaking technology again, there's a new setup on the axle. You have like the 30-degree axle now. And yesterday we had a quick chat about getting adjusted to it. It seems like some people are complaining about it, that they have issues with the truck now. For you, it seems like it's a good solution and you're confident with it.
Yeah, you need the time to feel the new front tire, the new front axle config. But you know, when you are a little bit younger, you feel it maybe faster than an old man. But now I feel it, and that's why I have open eyes, concentrated.
All right, so qualifying number 2, I guess you will only do 2 laps or something, and then qualifying number 3, which is the 5-minute one, and the quickest for place 1 to 6, you will really push for first place, hopefully.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Chaz, back to you.
Always a fantastic interview from Jochen Hahn. I don't think I've ever heard an interviewer asked, why are you asking? But he's always entertaining, is Jochen. That's the thing. He's a very, very funny man and a very, very switched on man as well. So Bradley Smith is currently in 12th place. He's on his way through into Q2 at this present moment, but like I say, he's only 15 thousandths ahead of John Newell. Mark Taylor has managed to put a time on the board good enough to improve and get ahead of both of these guys. So Mark moving up into 11th place. Bradley Smith running the Freightliner without the front bumper on it at the moment. Not quite sure what that's about, whether it's come off during the session, whether something's broken on it and the team have decided to remove it. But this is effectively now a Freightliner Superleggera making its way down into the final section of the circuit. We're going to go quickly back down into the pit lane, actually, because I've heard that Christina has Jose Eduardo Rodriguez ready to speak to.
Yes, absolutely. And first of all, we want to present you the truck because Jose Eduardo Rodriguez this time is riding with yellow duct tape because of the Lion Truck racing team, and he's supporting them this weekend. And as you can see, the front is kind of brand new. It's they took after midnight and 30 minutes to manage everything. So it was a really, really great team effort. And right now we want to talk to the driver, of course. So what was changed about the truck? Where do I get the microphone through? I can open the net. Oh, that's nice. Where should we do that? That's kind of friendly. Thank you very much. So what did you change?
Speaking the Portuguese.
O que foi trocado?
Trocamos o radiador, que foi o que se estragou, o vidro, a grelha é a mesma, trocamos os para-choques e pouco mais. Conseguimos fazer isso tudo ontem à noite.
So the radiator needed to be changed, and of course the shock absorbent, and of course the window was broken because you may have seen yesterday that he was jumping up on Sasha Lance's truck, so they were absolutely stung and bumped together. We can show you right now the pictures of yesterday. So como foi pensar sobre o dia ontem e trabalhar mesmo na caminhão à noite? So how was he thinking about the incident of yesterday?
Foi uma situação que não estávamos à espera, estávamos juntos um do outro. Não tive tempo de travar, entretanto conseguimos consertar o caminhão e hoje estamos prontos para atacar e tentar o melhor resultado possível.
So you said that of course they were so close by, and as soon as they went into the brakes, this is when the incident happened. Is very happy that they can compete also back again. So quebrou o queixo também. The axle was broken also, or is it just the damage outside?
Não, o caminhão, a única coisa que estragou foi o radiador, o ferro grande da frente e o eixo, o chassi, está tudo ok e estamos prontos para atacar.
So the axle is fine because every team changed the axle ahead of this race weekend due to the new regulation of 30 degrees caster angle. And as we can see, so everything is brand new right now here. They really work together, and we can show you also the pictures of the driver himself also taking on the screwdriver and working on this beautiful truck.
Yes, thank you very much, Christina. It still amazes me how quickly she goes from English to Portuguese. It's absolutely awesome, isn't it? I wish I could be bilingual and or even just speak. To be fair, I can't even speak English at the moment, so it just shows you how talented Christina is at what she does. Bradley Smith crosses the line and he remains in 12th position, so he will go through into qualifying 2 by the look of it. Not sure that John Newell is out there on the circuit. Shut up, Chaz, because he is. He is out there on the circuit at the moment, is John, and he's trying to put in a better lap. He's actually done a better first sector than Bradley Smith just did on that previous lap as well. So John Newell in truck number 18 is out there pushing on, and here he is actually towards the end of the lap now, just about to complete sector 2, and he is up on Bradley's previous time, but Bradley didn't set his personal best. So we'll have to see what John can do here in the final sectors. See whether he can get this nicely tucked in for turns 12 and 13. Such a high-speed part of the circuit to such a low-speed part of the circuit. The contrast here is unreal. You can see the speed down towards the final corner is unreal. Really chucks it in, scrapes those front tyres. Is he going to be able to do enough when he crosses the line? Around the final corner he goes. Oh, it looked like he maybe backed out slightly there. I wasn't sure. The time as he crosses the line is a 2:07.4, and he needed better than a 2:04.968. So John Newell does not make it through into Q2, unfortunately. A good improvement by Bradley Smith, though. Very well done to him. But John will start 7th in the Chrome class. And Luke Garrett was not out there for qualifying. So those are the only 2 positions that are determined so far. We've still got qualifying 2 and 3 yet to come. But now we will have the top 12 drivers from that session back out on the circuit. A clean slate. Everybody's times get reset. And then those 12 drivers need to go again to do more laps to determine positions 1 through 12. However, the top 6 will go through into Q3. And they will literally get maybe 1 or 2 laps in at this point. Somebody that didn't get any laps in that session, though, unfortunately, was Luke Garrett, and he is down there with Lena.
Yeah, Luke, he's just like jumping over because the boys are fixing. Maybe one of you mechanics can tell me, because this doesn't look like you're only exchanging the steering pump. This looks like a bigger work that needs to be done. What are you doing over there besides eating?
Yeah, no, the steering pump's got a slight crack in it, so it's just give up the ghost. So basically we got a crack that comes from here. There's a hairline crack that comes down through.
So it was stripping?
Yeah, so it was leaking, so now we've got to put a new one on.
Okay, so you learned when you were like out for qualifying that you had no steering, it was really stiff?
Yeah, in warm-up the steering was very heavy. I had no steering. We had a similar issue yesterday, but I had a pipe burst yesterday. Obviously where the pipes burst, obviously hairline cracked the pump, but last night when we checked it we couldn't see that, so in the warm-up I felt the steering was stiff again. So
we're like talking to the British champion, and you had big plans when you came here. This weekend has been quite bumpy so far. So are you ready to get fixed and then like get started finally?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously we knew it was always going to be a bit of a testing weekend, but we were hoping to finish most of the races. So but we'll get it fixed, and hopefully we can go out and compete in the race. So.
Will you be ready for Q2? No, you're out now because you're like number 13 now, or at the end of the field, but you're allowed to start for the race.
Hopefully we've just got to write to the steward, and then we'll see what their decision is, but hopefully we should be okay.
All right, so you have 15 or 20 minutes left for now till qualifying ends, and then 2 more hours till the race starts. So there's enough time. That's like titsy bitsy to get fixed, no?
Yeah, that'd be good.
You know the bigger damages normally.
No, we will do it. We'll get there.
I have a feeling you will manage this. Okay, Chas, back to you, and I see you on track. Promise? Okay.
Daryl Stamp, the beautiful human that could only look good with a sandwich in one hand and a steering pump in the other. But great to hear from Luke Garrett and his team. And as you see, they know that they're not out in qualifying, so there's no humongous rush to get it sorted. They just need to make sure it's done ahead of race 3. Get Luke out on track. And like he said, it's a testing weekend. It's a pretty much brand new truck throughout. So they're going to find these little gremlins and these little technical issues with it as all of the culmination of the parts come together to try and work hand in hand. So hats off to Luke and the team. team staying in high spirits, staying motivated, and continuing on for the rest of the weekend. We're just about to get into qualifying 2. Like I've said, it's a 10-minute session, 12 trucks back out on track. We will not be seeing Luke or John Newell out there on the circuit, but Bradley Smith, for the first time this season, makes his way into qualifying 2. Bradley driving Ollie Jane's Freightliner for the season. I keep going to call it a Goodyear Freightliner because Goodyear are so synonymous with running the Freightliners in many forms of truck racing. It's just basically become the name that everybody's adopted for them, really. But the number 46 Freightliner will be running the number 22 at certain points over the course of the season as well, with Ollie Janes at the wheel. It's going to be great to see Ollie back in the championship once again. But Jochen Hahn will be really happy after that first session, going fastest, quicker than Norbert Kisch. And he's going to be certainly fired up for this next session. John Newell didn't make it through into Q2. He's down there with Christina for a quick word.
Yeah, he is, for a quick talk. We tried to get around. John, sorry, we are on air. Trying to save you from the first impression emotionally. But right now for the audience, what is going on right now?
We tried something new and it backfired, it didn't work. So it's his own fault. We tried something, it didn't work. We've just got to take it on the chin and move forward. That's all we can do.
Could you give us a small detail what you were trying new?
No, not really. Just something didn't set up what we tried. We changed something completely to see if it would work, and it didn't work at all. It was okay for one lap, and then it just fell off the edge of the cliff. So we go back to how we was.
Thank you very much for the insight. So yeah, try and error it is this weekend, Chas.
Yeah, absolutely. I said before, didn't I, that John Newell never mixes his words. Can you give us a detail? No. I love that. I absolutely love it. But at the end of the day, you know, the teams sometimes need to play their cards close to their chest when it comes to the setup and what they're working on over the course of a weekend. You can't give away any hints or anything to your competitors if you're trying something new. So fair play to John and fair play to the team. They're going to revert that change, and hopefully they'll come back stronger for race 3 and be able to gain places and go from there. There are now 12 trucks on circuit, everybody. Jochen Hahn leading them out, followed by Norbert Kisch, Antonio Albacete, Sascha Lenz, Steffi Halm, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, Stefan Faas, Andre Kurzim, Louis Requenco, Heinrich Clemens Hecker, Mark Taylor and Bradley Smith. It was good to see Mark Taylor recover from having that time deleted in qualifying 1 and then go to get it through to qualifying 2 with an improved lap time. Bradley Smith out there in the Freightliner also. As you can see here, a bit of a traffic jam on the exit of Kervaquesia. As the teams and the drivers all just slowly wind the truck up for this first lap. And there is Jochen Hahn, the current man to lead the field around. Great to see that the times have fallen down slightly, but like Jochen said, you know, the chips are on the table, so to speak, in the final session. If you get through into Q3, there's a huge cut-off here though, because we've got half of these drivers now will make it through into Q3, so we're going to lose 6 drivers from this session basically. You'll see on the left-hand side of your screen eventually when the times come through that we'll have a green section on the left to show you which of the drivers make their way through into Q3. Or Q5 or Q6, whichever one it is. There's a lot of sessions over the course of the weekend. But here comes Jochen Hahn then, down in towards the first corner. And he leads the field around with Norbert Kisch behind him in the big red MAN. Antonio Albacete hoping for his first podium of the season today. Let's not forget that in the Titan class there was just the same podium twice yesterday. Norbert Kisch, Jochen Hahn and Sascha Lenz doing a great job in each race. In the Chrome category we had 4 different podium finishes yesterday. Heinrich Clemens Hecker and Stefan Faas appearing on both podiums, with Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and John Newell both getting some silverware for their troubles as well. You can hear the tyres every so often just screaming for mercy around some of the long sweeping corners here. If you didn't hear yesterday, it's new tyres from Goodyear this season. They've got a harder compound with them this time round that really help with the durability of them through the race. So the phrase that we heard from John a moment ago saying it fell off a cliff, usually the grip doesn't fall off a cliff anymore, and the tyres will be spot on for as long as possible. The teams have been working really hard with Goodyear to develop these tyres. There's no rain tyres in truck racing either. There's no wet weather tyres. They run the same ones, whether it be rain or shine. So it has to be an incredibly versatile tyre. And as part of the sustainability of the championship as well, I mean, sustainability is the aim of the game here in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. But what the amazing people at Goodyear do is they take away the race tyres, and to save any sort of wastage from just throwing them away, they have a fantastic process where they get re-rubbered and they get retreaded. So the trucks can then, trucks on the road in the world of logistics and haulage can use these race tyres on their trucks on the road afterwards. It's like a second life for the tyres. I hope I've explained that well enough, because I feel like I haven't. Anyway, Jochen Hahn crosses the line. I can tell you what he's done, and that's a 2 minutes 2.060, but he is now second fastest to that man there. Norbert Kish goes quickest with a 2:01.5. Jochen was some 0.6 of a second off his best actually on that lap. Third place goes the way of Antonio Albacetti for now. Then Sasha Lenz, Steffi Halm, and Stefan Faas is quicker than Jose Eduardo Rodriguez on that lap. He's got 0.3 over him on that one, which is an interesting twist in the chrome category, because Rodriguez was considerably quicker than the others in qualifying yesterday. You can see next to their names a little letter C or a letter T. It's the Titan class and the chrome class that we will be keeping our eyes on. It's now Stefan Faas from Heinrich Clemens Hecker, and then Jose Eduardo Rodriguez as well. So Hecker goes second in the chrome class, Kurzim down in 9th overall, Mark Taylor inside the top 10, Louis Riquenco and Bradley Smith 11th and 12th. But it's important to note as well that the top 6 on the left-hand side of your screen will go through into qualifying 3. They will get another chance to sort of reset their positions in the top 6. So Heinrich Clemens Hecker, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, Andre Kurzim, Mark Taylor, Louis Riquenco and Bradley Smith will, at the moment, be getting sort of locked into those positions 7th to 12th. We have 6 Titan drivers here this weekend. And I'm pretty sure, just remembering, no, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez got through into the 3rd qualifying session yesterday. So I was going to say we might have for the first time a Q3 that isn't all just Titan drivers, but we haven't had one at all actually, because Jose Eduardo Rodriguez got through from the chrome class. No, the chrome class. I don't know what's happened this morning, everybody. I think I've woken up and I've left my tongue somewhere else. It's just can't get my words out today. I'm so sorry. Sasha Lenz there, currently 4th place at the moment. He started there yesterday as well. I was going to say behind Antonio Albacetti, but he was more alongside him, just on the outside of turn 1, but managed to get the move done and hold on to 3rd place for the rest of the race. I spoke to Steve Miller from Apollo yesterday afternoon, and he was very happy with the result. Big points for Sasha, a great drive in that 2nd race as well. And it looks like Sasha knows that there's more in the tank here, so he's going to wind it up for another lap. 2 minutes and 3/4 left to go here in qualifying 2 on Sunday. And he winds the MAN up to full speed. Onto the brakes into turn 1. Keeping it nice and smooth. I'm not sure if that was a bit tame actually into turn 1. I'm unsure there. Across the line there goes not Jonathan Andre, but Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. Still something I'm getting used to actually, seeing that truck in those colours. It's fantastic to see it though. It's to show off the wonderful branding of the Total Energies partner that we have here in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship for 2024. You can see the shark fin there on the 5th wheel as well. I'm going to aim to take one of those 5th wheels home by the end of the season, I'm telling you that. But as you can see on the left hand side now, it's just gone green. They are the drivers that will currently be going through into qualifying 3. Stefan Faas has actually come into the pit lane, which is intriguing. I would have expected him to stay out there and try and improve on that lap, just in case any of the other drivers behind him managed to beat that. Norbert Kish, I don't think, has come into the pit lane either. It's not shown up on the timing screen that he's come in. Anyway, it seems to show that he's still out there on the circuit. I'm not sure if he's trying to improve on his time, maybe a a bit unnecessarily. There is Jochen Hahn into the pit lane. And another job well done for him. But not ahead of Norbert Kish this time round, unfortunately for him. There is Jose Eduardo Rodriguez hoping to retake pole position in the Chrome class. He got that pole position yesterday from Louis Requenco and Heinrich Clemens Hecker, but Stefan Faas has really turned it on. We're going to quickly go back down into the pit lane, though, because the third place man at the moment, Antonio Albacete, is with Lena.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Antonio Albacete as well, because he's such an experienced driver, but he's a very calm man. You barely can see him when he walks around, and then he pops up in qualifying, and he's always somewhere in the front. You always manage, you just walk around and no one sees you, and then you're in a race truck and you're always in the front. Is this your secret to be sneaky and fast?
Well, yeah, I try, you know. Yeah, I mean, everybody's going very fast today, so I think that the circuit is a little bit faster. And yeah, I mean, I will try to do a good lap now. I mean, everything is in one lap now. We don't have time for do anything more, so I will try to give fast as I can, yes, for sure.
And you always have the same fight with Sascha Lenz. It's always you and him fighting for 3 and 4th position. So are you fighting to come back on 3rd for this weekend?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I will fight with Sascha. Also with Jochen. I mean, Jochen he did a very good lap this morning. So I think it's going to be a little bit in front. But I will try to catch him.
All right, so good luck to you, and I'm not sure if Christina already has found Sascha Lenz, so back to you, Chess, for a second and a half.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you very much indeed. There's Louis Requenco on track, going through Curva back up the hill. The checkered flag is out in qualifying 2, and it's Norbert Kish from Jochen Hahn, Antonio Albacete, Sascha Lenz, Steffi Halm and Stefan Faas that are currently going through. I'll have to see whether anybody else manages to improve. Just looking at Jose Eduardo Rodriguez's time, he was about 1.5 off his previous best, so didn't improve and did not make it through into qualifying 3. It'll be a fantastic result for Stefan Faas and the team if he can get it through. He's ahead of one of the Titan drivers as well, Andre Kurzim down there, nearly 1.9 seconds off the fastest time at the moment. Louis Requenco heading down into the final couple of corners, I think has taken his foot off the gas a little bit there. I think he's decided that that lap is done and that session is done, and he makes his way back in. Love the sound of the turbocharger spooling up on these machines, though. The turbos are about the size of a dinner plate on these trucks. It's absolutely ridiculous. Again, it's another thing that you have to see it in person to believe it. But the size of the engines, the size of just the trucks in general, everything on these things is huge. Even the bolts that hold the wheels on, you know, they can barely fit in the palm of your hand. It's just epic stuff. Really, really epic is truck racing. As the checkered flag literally waves for Louis Requenco, he crosses the line. And yeah, that was, strangely, it was a lap where he definitely backed out, but he still felt the need to complete it. So now he's got to do another entire in-lap before we can get the next session underway. And we're going to go back down to Christina in the pit lane, who's got a chat for us, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but the door is closed here at Sascha Lenz's truck, but we're going to have a look at Stefan Faas, because he's the Chrome driver that entered on the final 6. So the last 5 minutes, they're going to determine their position. So, hello, this is the Chrome driver entering the final 5 minutes. What are you hoping for?
Ja, schauen wir mal, was das letzte Qualifying von sich gibt. Mal gucken. Die Zeiten sind immer schlechter geworden jetzt zum ersten. Mal gucken, was jetzt rauskommt.
Yeah, he said, yeah, we just have a look, because the times, they decreased, but he's trying to give it the best. Second question already? Still got time. So what are your plans? How do you push to the maximum and to the limit?
Ja, wir fahren ja immer am Limit. Also wir werden jetzt auch wieder probieren, nochmal eine bessere Zeit zu fahren, um unsere Position zu verteidigen, ja.
So yes, we are always pushing it to the limits, and he's trying to defend his position, the Chrome driver entering the final 6.
Yeah, it's brilliant to see a Chrome driver making it through again. That's the second session in a row now. It was Jose Eduardo Rodriguez yesterday that made it through into qualifying 3. But this time round, the flag is being flown by Stefan Faas. And the best thing for him as well is that guarantees pole position in the Chrome class. There's no other Chrome drivers coming through into Q3. So Stefan could, for the sake of his own class, just pootle around here and do a really slow time, and it won't change anything. He'll still be on pole position in class, so he's absolutely nailed it. And you could see he was very happy with that. Really chuffed to go through, and the rest of the drivers will now line up at the end of the pit lane for this final qualifying session of the day and of the weekend as well. This is going to be just 5 minutes. We saw a little bit of drama yesterday for Steffi Halm. She wanted to do a second fast lap, and unfortunately, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez just did not simply see her coming at all, to be fair. And there was a bit of blocking going on, not on purpose by Jose Eduardo, not at all, but just a bit of traffic. And to be fair, Steffi did make me laugh quite a bit, actually, when she was saying yesterday, you know, there's only 6 trucks on track and still somehow gets stuck in traffic. Bless her. But it's one of those moments, unfortunately. Now, usually in the grandstands, you can see the fans trying to stay out of the sun and into the shade, but it's literally like the sun has attracted them like moths to a light there in that grandstand, but I don't blame them. It's a beautifully sunny day at Misano. I wish I could say the same for the UK. It's quite the opposite, actually. We seem to have inherited the wet weather and the cloud from yesterday. It's completely swapped around from how it was. I must have been manifesting that much good weather for everybody in Misano and hoping they have a good time so much that I've made it rain in my home country. Then again, it doesn't take a lot, does it? So, the roof up there across the pit building is packed with fans. They are ready to watch. There'll be personnel and VIPs and all sorts up there as well. It's a brilliant place to watch from. All of the sort of mirrored windows underneath are all the offices and the media centre, and it's a gorgeous media centre at Misano as well. Some of the best air conditioning in the world, let me have you know. And then these great big staircases up the back of the buildings as well. They've got an awesome new building section, actually, at the start of the pit lane that they've been working on. It's just to the right-hand side of that shot that we saw there. It looks like a roller coaster as well. It's a really, really crazy shape. But they've done a lot over the last couple of years at Misano to really perk the place up and keep it at the very top end of circuit design. So then, qualifying 3, everybody, getting underway here from Misano here on Sunday for day 2. And it is Norbert Kisch leading Jochen Hahn, leading Antonio Albacetti, Sascha Lenz, Steffi Halm and Stefan Faas in the Scania. 3 manufacturers represented here. We've got 3 MANs, 2 Ivecos and a Scania on circuit. And it is the big red MAN, Bellu as it is known, of Norbert Kisch that leads the field away. If I was not mistaken there, Sascha is pushing hard instantly here to maybe try and get 2 laps on the board. He wants to get out of the gates early. He knows that there is possibility to get 2 laps in this session, and he tries to overtake Norby instantly to get on with it. No sort of slow formation lap for him. We saw Steffi Halm manage to get 2 times on the board yesterday, or would have done if she wasn't blocked. And this is the interesting thing about this session. This is why we love this new format. The drivers are really up against it, and Sascha knows that he can throw everything at this first lap and then go for a second one if it doesn't quite work out. You can see the other 5 are staying nice and reserved. They're chilling out in this first part. I say chilling out, you know, there's nothing chill about driving a race truck anywhere, but you know what I mean, in comparison to being at flat chat. But look at the difference there. Sascha Lenz absolutely gone because he knows that he wants to get 2 laps on the board. He's got 3.5 minutes, and as long as you cross the line before the timer hits 0, you can finish the lap that you're on. And Sascha in the big purple SL Truck Sport 30 with Apollo tyres machine is really wrangling it, isn't he? No hanging about. He's another one of the great characters in this championship that is always so entertaining, whether he's in the truck or out of the truck as well. Sascha is a lovely bloke. Very, very funny man. We have Steffi Halm there in the Iveco and Stefan Faas in truck number 24 ready to go. And these 5 just trickling their way through the end of the lap. And up the road, there goes Sascha Lenz. 2.5 minutes left on the clock, which means he's definitely going to be in with a shout of getting 2 laps, because 2 fast laps here are less than 2 minutes 5. You can see him really pushing it through the chicane. That was nice and tidy. You can hear the turbocharger chirping away as he goes up through the gears, as it releases whatever pressure it maintains. Into turns 4, 5 and 6. 2 right-handers and then a left-hander. Nearly clips the penalty marker, but plays it very, very tidy. That looks fantastic through there, doesn't it? What a great shot that is. You can see the weight transfer of the truck, 5 tons of racing machine. It looks like everybody else has made it through with enough time to get 2 laps in if they're quick enough, but if they back out halfway round the lap, they may lose that time and not get it in. I do love this new format though, keeps it very exciting for these final 6 positions. All it takes is for one driver to not get a lap right or to hit a penalty marker, for example, and have their get their lap time deleted for track limits. Nobody's immune to it, so you never know. It's very, very exciting. They have to push like mad and just get that 1 lap in. Jochen Hahn nice and close to the penalty markers there. The breeze of the truck wafting them away. You can see Antonio Albacete, Steffi Halm close as well, and look at that from Stefan Faas. He says, you guys can get close to these penalty markers, I can get even closer. Just over a minute left on the clock then in qualifying 3. I hope you can tell how excited I am. I'm moving around in my seat loads. I'm really buzzing for this because you never know. It's just going to be this 1 lap, I think, for most of the drivers. They don't like to really put 2 qualifying laps in on top of each other in these trucks. They don't like to overwork them and overdo it. You really want to sort of wind the truck back a bit and look after the tyres if you're going to go for a second fast lap. The tyres are very durable. They deal with a lot. They've got 4 tyres on the rear and 2 on the front as well. So there's a lot of rubber to think about underneath these machines. You can see Steffi's truck there shaking and shuddering around as she moves it up through the gears. So 2 minutes 3.3 by Sascha Lenz on his first lap. And as Norbert Kish crosses the line, a 2:01.631 for Norby, and 31 thousandths of a second between himself and Jochen Hahn. Incredibly close there. Antonio Albacete goes 3rd fastest. Stefan Faas goes 4th, even ahead of Sascha Lenz. Great stuff by Stefan Faas, the Chrome class driver. Although, I say that, and the time disappears off the board, and that is exactly why. He hit a penalty marker at turn 6, and it is deleted. Oh, that's gutting. But look, everybody's still going. Everybody knows now. They've figured it out that they can get a second lap in. No, Jochen Hahn has not carried on, actually. Jochen Hahn has not. He's backed out of the lap. But Stefan Faas is carrying on. Norbert Kish has actually backed out as well. But after yesterday, they're going to be even more aware of not blocking drivers on their fast laps. Look, you can see Norbert Kish staying out of the way on the left-hand side of the straight. Antonio Albacete going again as well. Sascha Lenz will also be pushing on. Wow, everybody that's on a lap at the moment are all within 0.3 of a second of each other in that first sector of the lap, you know. They've all done 33s. There's anywhere between a 33.3 and a 33.6, so it's close. We'll have to see how the times come through on the board. It's going to be Sascha Lenz that puts in the first time if he hasn't backed out of this one part way round. But he's 1.7 seconds off Norbert Kish at the moment. He won't be happy with that, especially considering that he was straight out of the gates and pushing like mad. Antonio Albacete has gone 0.4 of a second faster than Sascha Lenz in the middle sector as well, so Antonio is probably the one that's going to improve here. He's looking good. There he is, truck number 23 for T-Sport Bernau. Triple champion of this championship is Antonio Albacete. Hundreds and hundreds of starts to his name. He comes into today with 559 race starts. He's got nearly 280 podium appearances. There is the checkered flag ready and waiting. I believe Sascha Lenz has already been through. There's a penalty marker, though, on the ground out of the final corner. Lenz did not improve. Steffi Halm will get a penalty marker, well, get a time deleted for a penalty marker. And there, Stefan Faas improves and goes ahead of Steffi Halm into 5th position. There is Tim Frost, boss man at T-Sport Bernau, giving the word to Antonio how the session went. 3rd fastest for him. It's the same top 4 from yesterday, but Stefan Faas getting 5th position in the Chrome class there. He takes Chrome pole position ahead of Steffi Halm. A firm handshake there between the T-Sport Bernau team, but look at that, 31 thousandths of a second between Norbert Kish and Jochen Hahn. Apparently there is an investigation going on into whether Sasha Lenz hit that penalty marker, but to be fair, that second lap wasn't faster than his first, so I don't see that being taken off him, to be fair. It won't change his position even if that lap time is deleted. But it's the same top 4 on the grid from yesterday. Norbert Kish on pole position, Jochen Hahn just behind him, only 31 thousandths though. Antonio Albacete next up, and then Sasha Lenz. Stefan Faas gets 5th place, 1st place in the Chrome class, and then Steffi Halm in 6th position. Very exciting though, this new format, isn't it? It's great how it divides the session up like that, and of course gives us the exciting burst at the end. That Q3 session really is tough, and to be fair, if it stays 5 minutes regardless of what circuit we go to, then there's going to be certain tracks where they literally just get 1 lap in. They do not get a second chance. I mean, think to the Slovakia ring, for example. It's nearly 3 minutes a lap round there, so the drivers will not get a chance to do a second lap at all. They'll have to pin it as well on that outlap. But I suppose as long as they cross the line before the timer hits 0, which they very much will do, they should be okay. Part of me, though, does wonder whether there will be an adaptation, be good if I could get the word out, an adaptation to the times to maybe make the session 1 minute or so longer, just so it at least benefits the drivers to have that second lap. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. It's down to them, not me. That's just speculation at this point. But it's Norbert Kish that takes his 2nd pole position of the season, and that is pole position number 67 for Norby. But Stefan Faas having a fantastic session there. Really, really well done. We're going to head back down, though, into the pit lane, and we're going to speak to Lena.
To Lena and Jochen Hahn, and it's 31 thousandths. I'm like, how to even express this in English, that you were running behind Norbert. So it's super, super tight. Are you aware how close this fight is?
I know it only in Italian language. It's un pelo de fica, you know, it's nearly nothing. So, but this is what we need. We need a battle, we need a fight. Also to make him a little bit pressure. So now it's the start, the new beginning, to push a little bit, to go forward, to think and motivate. I can only say thank you to this nice Iveco.
All right, so he loves his racing machine, and a great race is about to come, I'm pretty sure, because I love these tight fights. This is what we want to see, and I know you're the right guy to accomplish.
I hope also. No, I enjoy it in the moment, you know, we are back on the, not on position 1, but back for the fight for position 1. And that's the important point in the end, you know. You walk a half year hard, you think everything. Okay, you think also, maybe I'm not able to do, but it is. So now we must do it, and that's it. So I'm very, very happy.
Nice. I can tell you have the right mindset, because this is what racing is about. It's not only the machine, it's the driver, but it's also the mindset. So all 3 have to go along. So, okay, let's see how the story goes this afternoon. Thank you for now, Chess. Back to you.
It's fantastic to see Jochen Hahn so happy, isn't it? But that was ridiculously close, and he's absolutely right. It's about making sure there is this fight. It's about putting pressure on Norbert Kish. Everybody knows it. You know, Norby has dominated the championship for the last couple of years, and it's great to see that there are steps to then potentially get closer and closer to him. But the thing is as well, the drivers don't see Norby's performance as a negative thing. They don't go, oh, we don't like that. They see it as a great yardstick. They all look at it and go, you know what, that's amazing. Let's try and get that quick. Let's try and be like that. It's just great to see it. Really is. This is how they will line up for race 3 of the weekend then here at Misano in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. It's Norbert Kish and Jochen Hahn on the front row of the grid, 31 thousandths between them. Antonio Albacete and Sasha Lenz do battle once again from row 2, with Stefan Faas, the highest placed Chrome driver in the field, with Steffi Halm on row 3. Heinrich Clemens Hecker will line up alongside Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, with Andre Kurzim and Mark Taylor completing the top 10 of our field. Behind them, we will have Louis Requenco and Bradley Smith on row 6. And on row 7, John Newell will line up alongside Luke Garrett, who will complete the field for race 3, subject to that steering pump being fixed that we saw them working on just earlier on. But another very lively qualifying session completed. I'm loving this new format. We all hope you are at home as well. It's been great entertainment so far, and another pole position for Norbert Kiss. That's number 67 now, which, by the way, equals him with Jochen Hahn. He and Jochen have 67 apiece. Antonio Albacetti has 62, but he has matched Jochen's record. And you can see smiles all round, a quick thumbs up and a pat on the back. And this is the great thing, you know, the teams and the drivers, they get on so well. They're all in it for healthy competition. Like I say, they all see Norby as the yardstick and they want to be as quick as Norbert Kiss. He's doing amazing things with Revace Racing. And now a little bit of calm falls over the circuit for a bit. And just to give you a bit of info, we are going to have the Race 1 broadcast of the day at 12:30 local time to Misano, and that's going to be 11:30 in the UK. I will see you back then, everybody, but for now I'm going to hand back down to Lena and Christina to say goodbye for this qualifying broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely, but we want to talk to Sascha Lenz, because if you find a definition for being on fire, I think this is what we saw then in the qualifying right now from Sascha Lenz. How did you achieve 2 rounds?
It was not so bad, but was not the best. What I drive, I make a lot of mistakes, and it's a point that we are only P4. So that's.
Was it too much pressure to trying to achieve those 2 rounds? Because we saw you were really like the excitement was going on. Our commentator really went also out of the saddle because it was really dynamic. But was it too much pressure to try to get 2 rounds?
No, it was not many pressure. You know, we make another setup from yesterday. We changed a little bit, but was the wrong way. So, and then sometimes I need a little bit more time to realize what the truck do. And yeah, on the end it was the wrong way.
I can tell you more people made the same mistake today, so I think everyone will fix the car back to how it's supposed to be, or the truck in this case, and then we will see you race at race number 3 and 4 later on, because we're almost there. So you take your moment to breathe and set up again. And this has been qualifying number 2 in this case. I'm so confused about race number 3 and 4 are about to start this afternoon, and we will be back.
Because the race weekend is always race number 1 and 2. It's on Saturday right now. We're on Sunday, so it's race number 3 and 4. And you did a great motivational speech also for Sascha Lenz there, and also for the audience to come back later on.